Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be doing a bonus recipe for my Halloween series 2021. As you know, I'm doing a recipe once a week in the month of October for Halloween. So today's Halloween recipe, I'm doing spooky deviled egg spiders. So what goes into the spooky deviled egg spiders? 6 hard-boiled eggs, room temperature, 3 to 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise. I'm going to be using Miracle Whip because that's what Dave likes. And I've been torturing him with too many other deviled egg recipes, so I'll give him something that he likes. 1 to 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, but like I said, I want to make Dave happy, so I'll be using 1 to 2 teaspoons of yellow mustard, salt and pepper to taste, and 12 large black olives. They should be pitted. I only have medium. So let's begin. So take a plate and take your boiled egg and cut it in half lengthwise. Then put your yolk in a bowl and put your white half on a plate. Yolk in the bowl, white on the plate. So I have all of the eggs cut in half. I'm going to set the whites off to the side. Now I just want to mention that this recipe is a recipe that I found, and it's pretty close to the way I make my deviled eggs anyway. But you can use your standard regular way that you make deviled eggs. Whether it's avocado eggs, whether it is everything bagel eggs, whether it's vinegar eggs, however you make your eggs, whether it's just mayonnaise or whether it's just mustard, however you make your deviled eggs, make it that way if you would like. This is a recipe that is very versatile. Okay, so I am mashing up the yolks with a fork. Main thing is you just get the big chunks broken down into at least little chunks. Next, take your 3 to 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise. I'm using Miracle Whip. And I don't normally, when I make deviled eggs, I don't normally measure. I just add and then taste and then add and then taste and add some more. So I sometimes have way more filling than I have eggs. So I'm going to do that with this too. I'm going to start off with the written recipe, and I may add to my taste, and that's the way you should too. Okay, 1 to 2 teaspoons Dijon mustard. I'm using yellow mustard, and I've got 2 teaspoons here. And this is probably going to be where I'm going to change the recipe a little bit. I don't know if it'll be more or less than what I need. And then salt and pepper to taste. I usually use more pepper than salt. I'm not a big salt fan. Many years I didn't eat any salt at all. And then totally mix that up until it's nice and creamy and taste the way you want it to taste. And I'll be back in a little bit. So take your filling and fill your whites about a tablespoon. You want to make a little bit of a mound in the middle there to set the body of the spider on. And this is really, really creamy. Perfect, perfect, perfect eggs. And I didn't add anything more. To me, it tasted just right. If I did anything else, it would be just add a little bit more mayonnaise, but I didn't want to have to keep adding and adding and adding to get it right, so it was close enough. And if Dave likes it, then I actually have a recipe as to know how much mayonnaise and mustard to add. And for boiling my eggs, I didn't go over that. A lot of people boil them differently, but what I found that works best for me is to let the water boil. Once it starts boiling, boil the eggs for about 10 minutes. Take them off of the heat, cover the pan, and let it set in that hot water for another 10 minutes. And then rinse it with cold water. And it usually peels really, really well. You want to make sure that they're not really fresh eggs, at least a week old. All right, so there you have it. And we'll set that aside while we cut up the olives. All right, so you have your 12 olives. They're supposed to be large. Mine are only medium. So I guess I'm going to have smaller spiders on my eggs. So you want to take 6 olives and split them in half lengthwise. So they look like this. And I'm going to just set them over here. Those are going to be the body of the spiders. So we're going to have 12 spiders. So that's 12 bodies. All right, so there are the bodies for the spiders. The last 6, we are going to make the legs of the spiders. And again, we'll cut them in half. You want to just cut the very end off. I'm not going to worry about cutting that end off because it looks pretty flat. Cut it in half. And then cut them sideways and do 4 cuts. So you have 4 pieces. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. I have 4 legs on each side. All right, so I've got them done here. I do think I need to do more olives because if you have 4 on each side, that only makes 6 spider legs and not 12. So I'm going to cut up 6 more olives. You do want to make sure that you wipe them dry so they're not wet. So take a spider body and lay it in the center of your deviled egg. I am going to move these over just a little bit. Then take your legs and put them on either side. And just like that, we have our spider deviled eggs. So there you have the 12 spider deviled eggs. And I did have to cut up 6 more olives, so that was a total of 18 olives to make the 12 spider deviled eggs. I just love them. So I'm going to put a cover on them, stick them in the refrigerator, and let them hang out in the refrigerator until it's time for Dave to get home and do a taste test. So for the Halloween series 2021, this is a bonus recipe. Here is the spooky deviled egg spiders, and I'll get Dave to do a taste test.
These are kind of cutesy. It tastes more like a regular deviled egg. These are scary good.
Recipe deals for easy meals. Please like, subscribe, and share. This is Cooking with Sherry. Until we meet again.